Welcome everybody. My name is Ingrid Perez. I'm an immigration attorney at IBP Immigration Law, and today we're going to talk about notices of intent to deny. If you're in the immigration process and you receive one of these, for sure it is scary, but rest assured I'm here to help. A notice of intent to deny, or a NOID, is immigration basically telling you that they intend to deny your petition unless you can convince them otherwise. You really have to pay attention to your notice of intent to deny because immigration has identified something or things in your case that could be detrimental to the potential outcome. The first thing you need to do is take a really deep breath and read that notice of intent to deny carefully. Read it once, read it twice, read it a few times if you have to, but read it really carefully to understand exactly what immigration is trying to say. You need to write down right away when the response to the NOID is due. Put that on the calendar, give yourself some alerts because you don't want to miss that deadline. Next, you should really try to outline the things that immigration are saying and the things that they're looking for. For example, what are the reasons for the notice of intent to deny? Is it because there is discrepancy in your application, or is it because you didn't submit enough documentation to prove your case? These differences and nuances are really important at this stage. If you're not working with an immigration attorney at this point, I highly encourage you to do so because an immigration attorney understands exactly the burden of proof you have and how you can get there. In the marriage-based context, a lot of times a notice of intent to deny comes in the mail because you did not submit enough evidence of your marriage. So this may mean that you need to supplement your case with a lot of documentation. So for example, you may submit affidavits, or you may submit additional bona fide evidence such as bills, joint lease agreements, car insurance, health insurance, photos, evidence of your financial obligation as a couple. Sometimes a notice of intent to deny is issued because there's inconsistencies on your application. Immigration is going to meticulously analyze the documents that you provide. So it's important that everything works together, that everything is congruent and consistent. And if you get a notice of intent to deny in this scenario, it's really important to look at what you had previously submitted and try to fix this error with your new submission. Sometimes a notice of intent to deny will happen because there are legal or inadmissibility issues with your case. For example, if immigration discovers that at the time of the current marriage you had not been lawfully divorced, this is a huge issue and something you need to definitely talk to an immigration attorney about. Sometimes you get a notice of intent to deny after an interview if the immigration officer suspects that your marriage is not real. If there are discrepancies, for example, at your interview with the statements and the documentation that you have provided, immigration may issue a NOID and want you to clear it up. You are entitled to legal representation. If you're doing this yourself, you may want to seek legal help and figure out the best way to respond to this notice of intent to deny. Your attorney will analyze your individual situation, analyze the notice of intent to deny letter, and craft the best response to improve your chances of approval. In worst case scenarios, if your case still gets denied, you have the right to appeal, or you may opt for refiling. It just really depends on your individual circumstances. You can craft a good strategy if you start working on it early. Don't leave things to the last minute. Start gathering your documents. Speak with your lawyer right away. Craft a comprehensive and complete response. Don't leave anything in a notice of intent to deny letter unanswered. Be affirmative with your response. Go beyond what the immigration officer is looking for. This way, you will increase your chances of approval and put this behind you once and for all. Receiving a notice of intent to deny is really stressful, but you can overcome it. I've done it all the time. Make sure that you work with a qualified immigration attorney that understands your case, that understands the law, and understands, most importantly, what that immigration officer is looking for in that NOID letter. If you've recently received a NOID letter, reach out to an immigration attorney. My number is 407-906-0068. My website is ibplaw.com. We are here to help you, hold your hand along the way, and give you the best chances of approval you can get.